So I got the skid steer under the shelter here, and I'm going to finally do something I've been wanting to do since I got the bucket. And the teeth that were supposed to be on the bucket were not the way I wanted it to be, with the bolt-on tooth bar that I'm afraid is going to get broken. It's not what I wanted. I can't really do bolt-on shanks just because I've only got one butthole, and then this is an inch and a half higher, so a shank wouldn't fit in here, kind of like all the other 4-in-1 buckets are designed, and there's not enough room to put 2 holes in there. And so pretty much I've come up with this setup. I've already bought the shanks, and that fits on there just perfect right there. And then the bucket tooth goes on that. So yeah, that sticks up a little bit, but I think that's the way I want to do it right there, as far as having a bucket with teeth on it for raking and clearing there. So I'm gonna pretty much take these shanks, and if he heats, the welder said if he heats it up really good, he should be able to weld to that hardened cutting edge. But it'll just be welded there, and then all the way down the side there. That should hold it in place. That way, for some reason it doesn't work out the way I want it to, all I've got to do is pull out these with 8 or 9 bolts, and this whole edge will come off. It's a replaceable cutting edge, so I really haven't lost a whole lot if it doesn't work out the way I want it to. But I think this is going to work the way I want it to work. Let me lay all these out and just kind of see what it looks like. So I got the shanks and the teeth just kind of set on there, kind of the way I want it. I kind of spaced them out in the center. If not, it was going to be a little bit off, so I spaced that one over just a little bit farther, and then the center in between every bolt for the rest of them. And I think that's the way I want it to be, because if I did, originally I was going to put one on, you know, every side, but then it was going to leave such a big gap right there, and then be off on this end. I just decided I'll put it kind of, you know, space these two out even, and then center to center right there. I think that'll work. I think that'll work. That gets welded in there real good. That's not going to go anywhere. If it does, we'll weld another one on there. I don't think that'll mess up the geometry grading too bad. I mean, it's definitely gonna, the teeth are definitely gonna get used. They're gonna hang down a little bit farther, but other than finish dressing, but I might be able to curl it up. I think this still kind of rubs the bottom just a little bit more than the cutting edge, so I think it'll be okay. Well, we'll find out tomorrow when he comes over here to weld these on here. Alright, so he got all my shanks welded on here, and now it's cooled off enough I can put the bucket teeth on. So yes, I do disconnect the attachment from the machine just so you don't possibly fry anything electrical. So I'm going to get these teeth put on here and hammer the pins in. And now I have bucket teeth. So I think this is going to be a little better setup for me. For some reason they don't work out. All I've got to do, since they're not welded directly to the bucket, is take out these, how many is it? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bolts. And drop that whole cutting edge off and put a smooth edge back on there. But I think it's gonna work out good. All right, I'm gonna go try it out. Well, you can most definitely see the front cutting edge now. Yeah, not a problem seeing the bucket teeth. Let's take it out here and see what it looks like. Alright, loader arms all the way down, bucket tilted flat. I think that's going to be good. That way that cutting edge right there is still just a touch lower, so I think if I'm trying to really finish grade and smooth it up, I'll be able to back drag without leaving teeth marks. One way to find out. See if I can do this one-handed here. Probably not. Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad right there. I like it. And this afternoon's project is with the skid steer. I'm going to be changing these hoses out. The set of hoses that come on this bucket were the wrong set and they're too short, so when you have the bucket tilted all the way down, this bottom one is actually like so tight, I don't know how it doesn't rip out. And I think it's caused this quick connect to loosen up or something, but it started to leak. So I've had to buy another one of those. It's $100. And I've got new hoses. Those are longer. So what they need to do on a 4-in-1 bucket, there's really nowhere to, you can't really secure these because everything's got to be able to tilt and pivot. And you need them long enough. What happens is they're just short enough where they get hung right here, and when you roll that all the way back, they get pinched in between here. And as you can tell, it's not far from busting. So the new hoses are longer, so what I can do is they'll be long enough where the slack is pretty much, and you think it's bad, but they'll actually almost drag the ground, and there'll be so much slack in there that when you tilt, there's still enough where it gets hung over here and it won't never get caught over here and get pinched. And if it's too big of a problem, you can just take them and just run them up through here, and that'll keep them from ever going over here. But these were so tight I couldn't run them through here because there wasn't enough slack with, because if I tilted, it would put all the pressure on this and rip these out, and that's very bad when you rip those out because you get two big streams of fluid gushing out. Been there, done that before. So what I've got to do today is take these two ends off, put them on my new hoses, get them put onto the bucket. Hopefully everything's the same, they should be, and replace the quick coupler on the machine as well. These should come off pretty easy, I think. I gotta take the pressure off of them. Let me get that disconnected. I'm gonna take the bucket off so that, well, I don't need to do that. I can get to everything right there. All right, let me get these lines disconnected real quick. So I just had a random thought. Instead of taking these off, I was sitting here looking at it. I think that unscrews right there. All that, yeah, all that stays the same. I got to replace that, but I'm going to go ahead. While these are on the machine, yeah, they'll spin, but if I put a wrench there and a wrench there, I can probably unscrew that. And it'll, without having a vise down here, it'll be a whole lot easier just to change it out on the machine. Let me see how well that works. Oh, well. Let's see, and probably just, that doesn't matter if it swivels. how much fluid I'm gonna lose. Not too much, there's not a whole lot in that line. So I can get these taken off. I just gotta remember which hose goes where. If not, when I put it back up, it'll change the way it functions. It'll be opposite of the control pattern. If you put the hoses on there upside down, one way will be open and one way will be closed. So bottom hose goes to bottom fitting. Okay, that's easy to remember. Bottom one goes to bottom fitting on the bucket. All right, so we'll leave that dangling right here. Go ahead and see if I can get the top one off. It's right there where that rail is, so maybe, let's see how well this is gonna work. God almighty, I'm going the wrong way. That does help. No, I'm not. Why's that one so much tighter? Oh, there we go. And then what I can do is unplug it and change that bottom fitting. I can go ahead and screw the new hoses into this. Keep these over here, not take an oil bath. I swear these don't look a whole lot longer. I'll make sure they sent me the right hoses first. Yeah, they're longer. Not much longer, but they're longer. Okay, just eliminating problems as I see them. All right, let's try to keep those clean. They have O-rings on them, so you don't have to have any Teflon or anything. Put that right there. Same for this one. Well, actually I need to screw it in. Well, I need to put it on here anyways. I'll have to break it loose when I change the end. Oh, it's just a quick connector, so I don't have to change anything out. Let's try to keep the end out of the dirt while starting that. There we go. Hopefully they have the same size fittings. And they do. All right. That was easy enough. Put this over here so it doesn't get dirty. Now we got to replace that. And I don't have a wrench that size. It's like 1.5 inches, and I got a 2 inch and 1.25 inches. That is not going to fit in there. Oh boy. Well, might have to go get a right wrench. Might have to go dig through some more toolboxes and find the right wrench. That's too big to fit in there. That's going to break that off if I don't want to break that off. That costs too much money to break off. Let me go see if I can find the right wrench. So I cannot find the right wrench. It's bigger than 1.5 inches, and I don't have anything bigger than that, up to a 2-inch. So I'm going to take this quick connector off, and then I can probably get that big adjustable in there to break that loose then. So hopefully this comes out without too much problem. Well, I didn't even have to jump up on it. Hopefully that don't spray me. Didn't lose a lot of oil. That's a good sign too. Let's see if I can get the adjustable wrench in there now. Now it's hitting the, what is it hitting? There we go. Boy, that is tight. It's not hitting the shield. Let me tighten that up a little bit more. I have to get a breaker bar and put on that. Yep, I gotta find a hammer or a pipe or something. New problem. Biggest piece of pipe I could find won't fit on there. Not by much either, so I'm gonna see if I can take the excavator and mash that flat, and that should maybe make it a little bit wider. It's worth a try. Well, there's nothing like the right tool for the job. I just hope that made it wide enough. It didn't take as much effort to bend that as I thought it would. We'll just let gravity hold it up for now. Let's go see what that will do. Aha! Problem solved. Wrench with 4-foot cheater pipe. Engage. Oh, well, I got it. I just needed that extra leverage. Look at that. I might get a little oil bath on this. Oh no, that's interesting. All right, so the O-ring is in there. Is the O-ring good? O-ring looks good. If I had one, I would change that O-ring. That might be the problem where it's leaking from. Hopefully that, no. Ah, glad I caught that. All right, that could have been my problem. Where the hell did I do with the new one? There it is. Hopefully the new one's got an O-ring on the end. Like this one's supposed to be in there, and I bet that's, I don't know. That was probably the problem. I spent $100 on a $2 O-ring. No, it was dripping out the end though. Regardless, it's gonna be new. Too late now. All right, I gotta get a pick and pull this cap off. New one's got a new O-ring in it. I'll take a little bit of oil and put on that, just so everything's sealed up good. Cows are still mad. Get that back started in there. I don't know if I need to snug it back up with a pipe. I think I can get it pretty well tight enough with that wrench. We'll always do a little extra. It does have a lot of pressure on that. That was a little extra it needed. There's an O-ring on the end of that. Put that one back in. Now, that being said, all right, what did I do with, all right, the end's already on the new hoses now. So all I've got to do is keep that end out of the dirt. This one goes on the top. You can plug it back in. I like to always good to clean these things off. Probably should have done the bottom first, but what do I know? I'm just an operator. Those are on there. Now all I have to do is put them on the bucket. I'll take the lines off that go to the back of the bucket. And install the new one. That's a little dirty. Clean that off a little bit. Clean some more of that off. I don't need all that. Take two. Remember to fasten the camera mount better next time. Might have been all the brake cleaner I put on there. Right. Don't need these hoses anymore. Let them lay over here, out of the way. And bottom hose goes on the bottom. That is the bottom hose. Make sure everything's clean. That's not clean. It's cleaner now. Make sure that is still the bottom hose. Put that back on there. Get the right wrench. Different fitting, of course. Oh, glad I brought two wrenches. That didn't seem like that went on there as far as that should go. Maybe that's, I don't know. It got tight. I mean, I got like, we'll find out. I didn't make any new threads, so. I just think it would go on there a little bit farther than that. Try not to break that flimsy mount off. Now my hoses are long enough to stay down here. Exactly where they need to be. Right down there. I need to swivel that just a little bit. I have to get another wrench. That'll be perfect. I want them to stay right in here and then they won't get pinched. Let's take the skid steer out for a spin and see if I took care of the problem. Make sure I haven't laid any tools on the tracks. Don't need to run over anything important. go out here away from everything and try it out. Need a little more go-go juice. I know that looks incredibly long, but that's exactly how you want them. So now when I dump the bucket, let me not dump dirt all out here in the gravel. Let me go over here. Actually, what I need to do is open and close the bucket first and get some fluid in those lines. Seems like it opens faster now. It used to not open that fast. Maybe they didn't give me the right diameter lines or something. Makes a funny sound though. Huh. Well, it's definitely faster than it was. Got plenty of slack there now. I don't have to work. Before that was so tight, it was like a guitar string. Just got to make sure that's not going to get wedged in there. Uh-oh. That could be a problem. Huh. What am I going to have to do to keep that from getting pinched right there? How far does that curl back? And that would be enough to pinch that line. Every time I curl, that's going to be, well, yeah, now they're both right there. Yeah, that's got it pinched there now. Yeah, that's not good. I'm gonna have to figure out something. This is what takes so much time, is you got to sit here and screw around with this to get it perfect. I think what I need to do now is unplug them and run them up through here, and that'll keep them away from that cylinder. Let me try that. Alright, so I took the lines and ran them up behind that cylinder through that plate and plugged them back in. So let's see. I think that's going to be the ticket right there. I think I had to do that on one of the other skid steers originally. Make sure nothing's too short, nothing's getting... Yeah, that doesn't hardly even move enough there to pinch anything. That keeps that line well away from that cylinder there now. Yeah, I think that's where it's got to go. It's a little aggravating to run them through there, but it's not like I take the bucket off every 10 minutes, so once it stays on here, it's pretty well on here. And I was happy with my bucket teeth. Everything kind of, it graded out all right. When I used it to move dirt the other day. Let's see if I can do this one-handed again. I think that'll work. Skid steer's finally good now. Yay, it only took me 3 months to get everything set up the way I wanted it. Guess what? It rained again. Not too bad though. Got the my truck and trailer. I'm gonna grab me these two big rocks right here because they're gonna look good at the front of my farm. Get the 220 here and load them onto the trailer. Alright, I've got the rocks I'm going to take to my house. I think these two are going to be a plenty big load, because they are really heavy. Now I just got to pick them up without breaking them all to pieces, so that they still look good. I'm going to bury them in the ground a little bit, so if I screw up the bottom, I'm not really too worried about it. I just don't need all that dirt. See if I put it in this rut right here, I can grab it, but I don't need all that dirt on my trailer. Alright, let's go see if we can put these on the trailer without breaking it in half. I don't know what these rocks weigh, but this one's probably 6,000 pound rock. On the back for right now until I put the one on the front. Let's see what's going to happen. Just got a little weight on the back right now. Some more when I put that one on the front. That should even it out, and that's going to be all I can tote. Those in 2 loads, but I can tell that that is not going to happen. Look at the back of that poor trailer. It is like extremely overloaded. This should definitely even it out. Weight on the back end of that trailer. This should definitely give me some tongue weight. About a 5,000 pound rock. That looks a lot better. I might slide this one up just a little bit. There we go. That's definitely all I need right there. Alright, so I got my rocks loaded on the trailer, brought to the house. I'm going to run up here with the backhoe and kind of dig a trench for them to sit in. I'm going to put them up here at the front of the farm to hang the signs on. I'm going to put it in the center section of the 45 right there. So I need to dig down about 2.5 to 3 feet for that rock to fit in there on each one. Alright, so I got the areas marked out where I'm going to dig a hole down with the backhoe. This one's got to go down almost 3 feet, 2.5 feet for the other one, because one rock is 8 feet, the other one is 8.5 feet, and I want them to be around about 5 feet sticking out of the ground. It'll be about a foot over the top of the fence, and I'm going to stand them up vertical, so we'll see how well this is going to work. Hopefully I don't smash the fence. I think that'll hold a rock. And there's my giant boulders. It turned into an ordeal yesterday, and I didn't film anything. My camera died and it started raining, and I was more worried about trying to get the rocks put in the ground. But yeah, that one stood up good. About dropped it on the fence, almost smashed the fence, but it's about 3.5 feet in the ground, so it shouldn't go nowhere. Be able to hang a nice sign on that one. And I even got a bigger one over here. Put another sign on this one. I'm gonna let this stuff dry out. It's just wet and mushy. But yeah, and it ended up making a nice little entrance there. I like this other one better. I'm not gonna say it, but if I dig up one like that, I may dig that other one up. It is center of the fence, kinda, depending on which way you look at it. That section at least, I don't know. I like it. I'm gonna take a hammer and bust off that section where the drill bit went through there. Kind of clean that up where it doesn't look like it was blasted. I like it. Hey Winston, what are you doing to her? We got presents. Presents. No, we gotta wait. Gotta be patient. Gotta be, okay, you just lay right here. All right, so I've had a few presents sent from Christmas time. Just want to kind of give everybody a shout out who sent everything. This one was from Bob Bracy. He sent me it's a Volvo diecast model and a little diecast truck here. I appreciate that. I'll add that to the diecast collection I have up there in my office. And this one right here was from Charlie Torres. I don't know if everybody wants me to read their letters online here or not, but he had sent me some, let's see here, I might be able to dump these out. Some patches from there's a couple more stickers in there as well, but he works for the fire department, and I think he said it was Florida. Eastland Fire and Rescue. It's got one of the firefighter coins. It's pretty cool. And one of the patches, and there are some stickers, and it's hard for me to open that up one-handed. But yeah, he was from Florida, so thank you for that. I'll put the stickers on my display cabinet upstairs as well. This one right here, I really enjoyed this one. We got another present for Winston if he'll quit eating his sister down there on the floor. Winston, y'all play so rough. But this one was really cool. What was it, Kurt? Yeah, Kurt and Kathy. It doesn't say where they were from, does it? Doesn't say where they're from. But he retired and started doing stained glass, and started doing stained glass, as I said, and made a stained glass of my new logo, the LD18. Isn't that cool? It's going to look awesome hanging in the window, letting the sun shine off of it. Just the little things like that. I mean, that took a lot of time. I don't do stained glass, but that was no little 2-hour little project right there, I don't think. So thank you so much for that. That means a lot, Kurt and Kathy. I really do appreciate that. I might end up hanging that on the wall beside my YouTube plaque up there, so I'll be careful with that. And let me open up the next box. This one is for Mr. Winston. Alright, I got that one tore open. About ripped my fingernail open. This one is for us, Winston. Let's see what we got in here. Got some suckers. I got a letter too. I'll read that in a second. We got a monogram mug. I wonder what the C's for. That one's for me, Winston. You got to come over here. Uh-oh. Miss Shirley told me, she said she was going to take care of you. Look at that. You're going to have to fight over your brothers and sisters for that one. Hold on. I think there's something else in here. Oh. Hey, Winston. What is that? Who wants it? Who wants to fight for it? Winston said he'll take it. You gonna go? Ooh, that's gonna make a mess. Oh well. Y'all eat it up. That's gonna make a big mess. Oh, we need to go outside for that. So we got to eat the bone outside because it's making a mess. But who wants the toy? Ross said he doesn't want it. Winston. How about you go play with Sunday? Y'all can go play tug of war now. Okay, y'all entertain yourselves now. All right, well, thanks everybody for that. We appreciate it.